Hey guys, welcome to another Reviews on the Rock. I'm your favorite drunk French Canadian, Oni, K Dales, K whatever you feel like calling me. And today I will be actually it's a special thing because I will be talking about two games simultaneously because it's two very similar game. One of them is one of my friends like showed me that game. Was like, oh my god, you have to play this game. It's very awesome. Also, my friend sounds like a tween for some reason. Oh my god, you don't have to play it. Which is Legend of Dungeon, available on Steam for like $9.99 or something. It's very cheap and it's very cool. And the other one is like while I was looking for that game, I actually found another game, a very similar game, but on Android, which is Pixel Dungeon, and is completely free on Android. You can support the people. I'll send some link down there so you can support them and send them in because the game is free. It has like no asking for your Facebook and everything and like your phone call and your people. Like it asks for nothing on your phone. It just goes there and it's a very good game. It's very awesome. So before I start, actually, yeah, I'm drinking because I have to do this. I'm drinking shit ton of coffee in this mug right there, which is Modoc with just one minute with oh, shit, the bottle's far. Ah, well, they used to have more in it. Maybe I put too much in the cup. That's one heavy cup too. So yeah, okay, let's go. Let's do this. So I will start with Pixel Dungeon because that's the one I played more. That's the one on Android. Like I said, it's totally free on Android. It's a game from Russia, from what I can tell, because the main website, the first one I found was on Tumblr. And I'm like, this should have a real website. And then I found a website with like a dot whatever dot ru, which is usually for Russia. Anyways, yeah. So it's the both two games are a roguelike game, which is basically a dungeon crawler, but you have no save file or nothing. So it's a hardcore mode. You die, that's it. You start another game. Like there's no way to save your characters or your progress or whatever. The only exception is the one, obviously, Pixel Dungeon. So it's on the phone. You can just like turn it off, and it's gonna like save from there, and you can keep going. But it's not like you can actually save a character and use it later on or whatever. For Pixel Dungeon, you start, like I said, it's a dungeon crawler. You have, there's four classes, but one is locked until you get to a certain boss fight. So you started, it's very basic. You have a rogue, a warrior, and a mage. And it's a very not even 8-bit, like it's very pixely. That's what it's called, Pixel Dungeon. Um, and it's overview world of the map, and you just go around dungeon, and you have to find stair and go down this little monster. You get items, you get stuff, but it's very based on the will you be gambling or not, because every items are not identified, and every like there's magic scroll and there's potions, and they switch colors, so it's not like you can remember, oh yeah, the orange one was life. No, it's going to be randomized every time you start. So will you drink it, will you throw it on someone, because you can. I've died on the first try, and same thing with Legend of Dungeon. They have the same kind of principle. The only thing, it's not an overview map; it's more of old school beat them up, kind of like Super Nintendo-y arcade view of like you can go like back and forth in the background, but it's still like on a platformer style. And that one too is very pixely, but I wouldn't say like a bit less than the Pixel Dungeon. And that one too has a bunch of random crap that you're like, well, will you drain that shit? Like, will you throw it? And most of the time in Legend of Dungeon, that's a good thing. Is most of the time they just do nothing. You'll just randomly like puke rainbows, or you're gonna start, I don't know, just like shining and whatever. And you're just like, okay, well, that did nothing, and it literally do nothing. I suppose in Pixel Dungeon, sometimes you take potion, you're like, oh, that didn't do anything. No, they do something, but I mean, if you have a cursed item, if you don't have a cursed item and you drink a potion that will remove curse, then it's just nothing's gonna happen. Um, and yeah, and like I said, like you get a bunch of stuff. You have those random things, and you have like a bunch of weapons and hats you can have. Hats in Legend of Dungeon, and Pixel Dungeon you get just weapon and armors and very basic stuff. It's just like a plate armor. You have one weapon, and you have like a special like side weapon you can get, which is most likely throwing stars, magic wands, stuff like that. In Legend of Dungeon, you have a bit of an inventory, but it's only you can equip one hat, which is basically your armor, and one weapon. And then you can set some hotkeys and switch in between because Legend of Dungeon, computer, easier, you have more buttons, you have more shit. But yeah, 2 game. Pixel Dungeon, obviously, it's just a single player game, but Legend of Dungeon is a 4-player game. If you have any means of putting controllers in your computer, either with Xbox controller, if you have the PS3 controller, you can manage with USB stuff. If you have this little guy right here in USB, it's a very good thing because I really don't see 4-player on the keyboard. We did it with just 2-player on the keyboard, and it was awful. So don't do it, kids. Don't do keyboards. So it's a very cool party game. No matter if you're more than 4 player and everything, you can just like play until one die, and you can make a drinking game out of it like very easily, and just like trade the controllers or whatever. And which is cool is even if you die in Legend of Dungeon, you'll just roam as a ghost, and every time a monster dies, you can collect souls and you can resurrect. The thing is, once you come back, you lose all the items you had because as you die, everything falls. So most likely your friends are going to steal them unless you fell in a lava pit, which happens often too. And so yeah, and you start with like 1 life, so don't fucking run into a monster because you're gonna die again. It's a vicious circle as soon as you die, unless your friends help you and heal you and stuff like that. It's not gonna happen. You're just gonna keep on dying, and the more you die, the more souls you need to come back. As opposed to Pixel Dungeon, you die, you're dead, and that's it. Um, for Legend of Dungeon, I haven't played enough to know exactly what's happening in there. I know you have to go down, 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 but they said I think it's on 26th level or something. I've never made it all the way there. I think at best I went at 12th. So that's really not that great. I can tell you on the other side on Pixel Dungeon, I've played enough that every like 5 level you get a boss and then it's a different dungeon. And once you beat the 3rd boss, that's where you get the 4th character, which is the ranger. And like each character have their own abilities. That's the thing. In Legend of Dungeon, it's just like generate character. There's a randomizer. You can go in and customize your character, but there's no class. There's no nothing. It's just their character. Pixel Dungeon class have like slightly different thing. You know, obviously, mage is better with magic wand. Rogue can do stealth kind of. Warrior has more strength, so it's easy for him to equip better equipment. And then the ranger has like a special weapon, which is a boomerang, which can kind of stun and come back. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's weird to explain it. Like it's that kind of game like you can easily just pick up and try playing with it and just fool around, and you're gonna die a shit ton in both games. Don't get mad. You're gonna die a shit ton of time. It's basically like FTL, which I know I'm doing. You can probably click here. Maybe I'm gonna put something here. Maybe I'm gonna put it there. So Iron Man or Scott Pilgrim. There you go. It's gonna be the thing. So you die a lot in FTL too, and that's the same kind of game. So if you have a lot of frustration in life, if you played Mega Man too often, you're gonna throw controllers. You're gonna get mad. You're gonna get very pissed because sometimes it's very random. You can be as fully equipped as you want. You're gonna just fucking open a door and die. That's it. Like no reason or no nothing. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go back with MODOK and have fun by myself. That sounded wrong. So check it out. Pixel Dungeon is entirely free on Android device, so go for it. And Legend of Dungeon is on Steam for $10, so that's also a pretty cheap price for good party fun. The only problem, there's no online multiplayer with it. I think I say that, but I don't even know now that I think of it. So check it. They probably tell it. I should probably research stuff before doing these things. Anyways, it's very good in party. It's a very good party game. And invite friends over and drink and do this, or just invite friend over and do this, or just invite friend over and then stare blankly at a wall. So yeah, have fun, guys. Keep on drinking. Cheers.